Always good to have you on. So first, let's get down to these stock splits. Are you pro these stock splits? Do you think they have the potential to move Tesla and Apple even higher?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think this was a smart move by the companies and the board. And ultimately, I believe there's going to be more stalwarts that follow. And I think right now they're just in a position of strength. And if you see what's happening in terms of the market, of course, on the EV side for Tesla and then Apple going into a super cycle, I think this was the smart move at the right time in terms of a stock split. And I view it as putting more sort of gasoline in the tank in terms of these stocks moving higher.
All right, these are two of the biggest tech names out there. Is there more room for tech to run? I mean, have we hit the peak of the COVID economy, or do you see investors putting more money in these big tech names?
Yeah, I believe that especially FANG and overall tech could move another 20% higher over the next 6 to 9 months. And even though the haters are going to continue to hate, I think the fundamentals and the re-rating continues to be there in tech stocks, not just large cap tech. When you look at software, cybersecurity, and really across the whole sort of ecosystem, everything we're seeing fundamentally, these stocks continue to move higher. I still think it's a green light to own tech.
So when we're talking about tech, that definition has changed somewhat. Tesla is apparently a tech company, not a car company. And we're talking about Amazon, not necessarily being an e-commerce company. It's a tech company. I think people go back and forth on that. What other big tech names do you see having more room to run besides Apple and Tesla and those FANG names?
Well, to me, I think Microsoft. I mean, regardless of TikTok, I think that's a name. When you look at cloud, you know, that's a stock that I think has another 30–40% upside here. And then I think when you even look at names like cybersecurity, there's names like Zscaler or Palo Alto, other names I think continue to run. Overall, take a step back here. You know, there's what I would say a supply demand of secular growth stocks. And that's why tech, not just across software, but large cap tech, these stocks continue to move higher. And of course, you look at Apple, that's a super cycle. And I believe it's a once in a decade opportunity in terms of that upgrade cycle. That's why I think that we're still in the middle innings of a re-rating in Apple here.
Wow, some strong words there, Dan. So let's, as you said, let's take a step back. Let's talk about Apple and Tesla. Is this all animal spirits, the stock split, retail investors that are going to move these stocks higher, or are there other fundamental reasons why people should invest?
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's going to be a piece of the puzzle that we're seeing in terms of retail. But the big thing here is just the fundamentals. You look at Apple, I mean, the services business, I think, is worth $950 billion. It's a $60 billion revenue stream going to next year. And then you have 350 million of 950 million iPhones worldwide in upgrade opportunity. That's the key, even institutionally speaking, when you look at Apple. And in terms of Tesla, in the EV market right now, it's Tesla's world and everyone else is paying rent. China's worth $400 a share. You see deliveries ahead expectations for 3Q. And that's why even though the stock split's going to be the headline, it speaks to a broader issue here that the strong are getting stronger. And obviously, these are two names front and center.
So, Dan, right now I'm using my Neuralink to Google the fact that Battery Day is coming up. I'm joking. How big of an impact will that have on Tesla stock? Where do you see that taking the stock?
Well, I think Battery Day is really going to be a game changer for Tesla, because I think we're expecting the million-mile battery, as well as even just more price parity that they're going to announce even a third-party supplier. And I think there's a lot of anticipation for that, because ultimately EV, you have competition across the board domestically and globally. It comes down to battery technology and brand. That's the differentiation of Tesla. And that's why it's really been almost a Teflon-like model in this COVID pandemic, where you're seeing other automakers continue to suffer.
All right, Dan, I got 2 words for you. iPhone 12. What does that mean for Apple, and what could that even mean for other retailers out there as this new phone hits the market?
Yeah, and I'll go back and I'll say that there's one word, it's 5G. Because you put 5G along with iPhone 12, that equals a super cycle. And I think what it comes down to is it's not just pent-up demand. This is something where I believe it's going to be the largest product cycle they've seen in their history. And even when you go back, the iPhone 6 was really what I'd say something that followed maybe a super cycle. And I think this is even in China. I mean, China, 60 to 70 million iPhones are in a window of an upgrade opportunity. And our checks in Asia over the last 3 to 4 weeks continue to show upticks. And that's why a lot of head scratchers with the stock, remember, at 300 before the split, they hate it. At 400, despise it. At 500, hate it more. But I believe as the stock continues to go higher, you know, our bull case $600–700, obviously, you know, pre-split and post-split, that's one. 150, 175.